Hello, everyone. So today I want to talk about welding. Welding is a feature in Cricut Design Space that is very misunderstood and very often misused. There's really two main reasons to use weld. So let's get started, and I'll go walk through the two reasons that I consider to be really the only real reasons to use weld. Here you see I have two shapes that I got from my shapes tab over here. And for clarity purposes, I created them in different colors. Now, as you all know, I'm sure, wow, if you were to just go ahead and click Make It Now, you will see that Design Space rearranges things for you onto separate mats. Um, it won't uh, it won't keep things in order unless let's cancel and go back. Unless, of course, you hit and you use Attach. Now, once you click attach, okay, you're telling Design Space that you want these two pieces together in the exact position that you have them in. So, and it has to be on the same mat. For that reason, your your shapes change to the same size, same color. When you hit Make It Now, you're going to see both of these will be on a red mat, and they'll be in the same location that you had originally desired them to be. All right. Let's go back here. Now, that's all well and good, all right? But let's say we have a situation where we want, for whatever reason, we want these two shapes to be overlapping like this, all right? And if I, at this point, highlight, click attach, okay? Yes, they're still gonna change to the same color, and when you go to make it, they'll be like this on your mat. The problem is see this line right here, okay? Your your machine is going to cut right around here, and then it's going to cut here. So you're going to end up with two pieces. You're going to end up with a piece that looks like this, and then a circle with the bite out of it. It won't be a full circle. All right. So what we have to do in this particular case is we want to make this entire piece to cut as one piece. So the best way to do that, let me go back here and hit detach because you don't need to have it attached. Okay. Highlight the two pieces and click, down here, click weld. Once you click weld, you will see that that triangle line is gone. This now becomes one single piece. You can, it's like one object. It's as if that was a shape and you drew it, and that's the way it came out. You can't break it apart. Well, unless you use slice or whatever. But as it is, you can't break it apart. You can certainly resize it, change it in any way you want, but it all works together as one piece because it's welded. And when this cuts out, it's only going to cut exactly like you see it. We click Make It Now. You'll see, we go to my red mat, there it is. Okay? So that's one instance of using weld. So whenever you want to have you know, shapes or text or anything like that that you want together and not to be separate, all right, you need to use weld. You don't have to attach it before. You don't have to group it before. All you have to do, highlight the pieces that you want and click on weld. Now, one thing to remember, very important. Once you save this, there's no going back. Before you save it, you can do undo. Okay? Now, I got to go through all the stuff I did, but before you save it, you can do undo. All right? But once you save it, that's it. You're done. You can't go back and separate those pieces again. Okay? Just keep that in mind. All right, so the other instance of using weld would be with text. Now, and most commonly it will be in a script type text because you see here I've typed out the word Cricut, okay, and I'm using this Vladimir script. Now, if I'm going to be using this, this doesn't look very good. I mean, you want your script letters, you want them to touch. You know, there's too much spacing in here and so on. So what you're going to do in Design Space is you're going to go up here to the Advanced tab and ungroup the letters. Once you ungroup the letters, it's going to give you the ability. I'm going to enlarge this so that you can see it better. It's going to give you the ability to um, move the letters individually. All right. So let's just start with, we'll just move everything to the C here. So I'm going to highlight. You'll notice now that when I highlight, I can highlight each letter individually. Okay. So let's start with the I, and I'm going to move it towards the C. Now, here's a little trick for those of you who don't know. If you click on this I and then hold down the Shift key, you'll be able to move this, okay, without it going up and down on you. All right. Release. Do the same thing with the U. Get it to where I want it. Same thing with the T. And the R. And we're going to move the C as well, but we won't be touching anything. Okay. Now let me change this to a different color so you can see the cut lines. All right. And I will zoom in. We'll get up to 275%. It's easier for you to see that way. Well, even a little bit more, maybe. All right. Now you'll see here where these attachments are. Okay. Now the problem is when you go to cut this, okay, each of these attachments, your Cricut's going to cut right here. It's going to cut here. It's going to cut here, as well here, and here. So how do we fix this? We want this all to be one word. We want, when we weed this out, we don't want to have it all different pieces. Best way to do it: highlight them all, and I'm going to zoom in even more, because I think that for you to see this and understand it, I really have to zoom in. I want to move this T down a little bit as well. And I'm going to move this N. Oop, wrong one. Move this N into here a little bit. All right, so see these lines in here? Those are all going to cut. However, you'd highlight it all and you click Weld, you'll notice that all those lines now go away, and you can no longer move each letter individually. They're all welded together. Let me back up a little bit here. I'm going to all right, say weld again. Okay. So now you're going to be able to cut this, and this word will come out as just one word. And when I go to make it, you'll see there's the word exactly as it should be on my mat. Okay. So that's really, in all honesty, those are really the only two reasons why you would want to use weld. Um, it's really to weld two things together so they become one. Just think of it that way. They become one. Now, a lot of people will tell you uh, to use weld in place of attach. A lot of people will tell you that if you're doing print and cut, you use weld. The reason why weld is in there is for one reason and one reason only, and that is to um, make two pieces become one. Again, we'll show you on here. Now, another thing I want to tell you about this too is the bottom piece is what color it would turn. Not that it matters. It doesn't really matter. But see how the triangle is yellow and it's on the top? Okay. Because the red circle is the bottom piece, that will be the color it turns everything. I don't have any idea as to why they choose it to, and that doesn't really matter. It's still only going to be one piece, and if you wanted to, you could make it all yellow if you wanted to. It's no big deal. And that's another thing too. Remember, once you weld, Okay, you're changing, and any changes you make affect the entire welded piece. All right. All right, so that's our tutorial for today. If you liked it or didn't like it, please leave comments in the below in the description, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. And like and subscribe to my page also if you like these videos. Thank you.